We are drawing curtains on financial year 2024. In just a couple of weeks from now, the fourth quarter report card of India Inc. will start trickling in. What are your broader expectations? Do you expect more of the same? Because, I mean, poor volume growth, as you pointed out, considering sluggish consumption, especially in the rural segment of the market. And also, do you foresee margin expansion given, the operational efficiencies the companies have been able to achieve over the course of the year, and the input cost that also has been falling, right?
So I think you're absolutely right. I think as far as top line is concerned, it will be a bit sluggish, but the margins will probably expand on the predominantly on the back of input cost price reduction. The operational efficiencies and other cost measures have already been taken by India Inc. I think the gains now will come from raw material price reduction. So you will find that lot of these sectors which consume let's say metals or let's say coal or let's say even other type of chemicals, they will benefit because of the raw material prices coming down, and their margins will expand in Q4.
All right, and sir, before we let you go, got to talk about IT stocks because they are reeling under fair bit of pressure. On Friday, the Nifty IT index fell about 2%, over 2% in fact, and even today a 0.6% cut. Now, all of this began after, Accenture downgraded its revenue target, and the last time, sir, it happened, we saw major decline in stock prices. You foresee the same this time as well, or the valuations are attractive enough that maybe the fall isn't as great as it was last time around?
Well, two things, Suresh. I think Accenture is a bellwether that way, and they come first with their guidance. This is unfortunate as far as overall IT sector is concerned, and definitely the market will take cues from Accenture prediction. Now we'll have to wait and watch and see what our leading IT companies, particularly Infosys and TCS, talks about during their earnings management meeting. One has to see what their predictions are. But having said that, you are absolutely right to say that the valuations as far as Indian IT is concerned has already become reasonable, particularly in the large cap side. And under the circumstances, I don't see much downside from here on. Whereas if the predictions and if Indian IT management commentary is bullish, probably you will get to see an upside.
And what about banks? I mean, we have been talking about it extensively over the months. When will, the banking sector, especially the private segment of the market, when will that come out of the woods? But, clearly the stock prices or the sentiment is not improving over there. What do you think is, weighing on this particular segment, and especially this large cohort of private banks?
Well, I think one thing which is weighing is that the deposit mobilization is significantly lagging, and that does impact loan growth. And if they have to, under the circumstances, if they have to mobilize more and more deposit, they have to give higher rate of interest for those deposits, which will in turn eat into the margins. I think that's a dilemma which the private sector banks are facing at this stage. And that has been, one of the big question marks as far as their future valuation is concerned. The second point, which is also bugging the street, is that probably they have reached a stage where the credit cost in future will start going up once again.
Right.
There is a limit up to which you can bring down credit cost, and beyond that it starts again going up. So have we reached that stage or not is the second question. The third thing, which again to an extent does plague public sector bank, is that the operational efficiencies and the supposed catching up with private peers, is it for real beyond a level, and do they actually deserve valuation which is more closer to private sector rivals? I think these are the three big questions which the market is grappling with, and I think the jury is still out. Let's see what the Q4 results show.